On Thursday, March 28th, 2013, my video reply to "Is the game industry crashing?" was taken down by Clever Noobs over copyright infringement. Personally, I didn't care. Legally, oh boy did I care. Other people weren't too happy about the whole thing. Over the weeks, I've contacted lawyers and been patiently waiting to be served legal papers. Over time, people still weren't happy and started commenting on Clever Noobs' video. They were blocked and their comments deleted. Several of these people have contacted me on an email they received from Clever Noobs. This is one such email. "We feel that removing all conversations referencing the Smudboy situation from both our forums and our YouTube page is the best way to get this situation to blow over. Us being nice to them didn't work, so now we unfortunately have to silence them, even if it is in a positive light. Even if you had a valid comment mentioned in a positive light, you were blocked and deleted. Leaving the comments up only gets more people to comment, which leads to further harassment, and many of his followers have been making an extremely large quantity of extra YouTube accounts just to upvote their own comments and continue to hate on us. However, we do not block anybody who comments nicely and explain to them just as we are explaining it to you right now. Clever Noobs likes nice comments that agree with them, but not when they include me. Not sure what those are, since most of the comments were relatively tame or just asking simple questions. And so what if comments are negative? They're just comments. That's merely the impact the video has on someone. What's the point of commenting if you can't say exactly what you want? If someone cannot deal with other people's opinions on the internet, maybe someone should not be enabling comments in the first place." Oh, that's right, Clever Noobs disabled them all in their response video. Basically, the comments we've been receiving have gone beyond just being a friendly debate. We engage in friendly debates every day, both on our YouTube page and on our forums. We don't avoid it or hide from it like Smudboy and his fans would have you believe, even though they silence people who comment in a positive light. Right. Friendly debates, like when I left one comment and was attacked. Then Clever Noobs, from their community status update on their website, got his fans to attack me, as well as his moderators, all under the guise that I started the fight by leaving a comment. Yep, Clever Noobs loves friendly debates, except when he makes them childish, immature, and downright rude. Smudboy just got pizzoned on our channel, but he did start it, so release the Kraken in capitals. Moderator Bryn says this: "Oh my god, he got what he deserved." Julian of Clever Noobs replies again: "I know I was cruel, but I don't pull any punches when people I already don't like try and start something on my turf." And then Cody of the Clever Noobs: "My lord, my videos on my personal channel and videos I made when I was 13 are leaps and bounds over the crap he is producing, my lord." Dear members of Clever Noobs, a simple, thinking mind who spends 10 seconds to fact-check your "Is the game industry crashing?" video will find faults at nearly every turn. Originally, Clever Noobs goaded me into going home to my biased and opinionated 4x3 480p videos, so I did. In my video, I said I would show that Clever Noobs was the one with poor information and is lying. And I did. And his immature reaction of blocking and deleting comments, taking down my video, and having a pathetic video response just tells me he couldn't deal or comprehend with other people's opinions. Compare this to a comment conversation I had with Tsuki78, where we disagreed on the premise of the original video. We argued, and then in his closing comment he wrote this: "I will say, thank you for keeping the discussion very much civil. Thanks and best of luck." The content in Smudboy's video was about as close to a slander piece as it gets, which means it falls outside the realm of fair use. I've gone over my notes, my fact sources, my script and video many times. I make sure something is right. If I'm wrong, I like to be corrected. To be sure, I've asked my viewers and friends to go over it too. Well, not on YouTube, of course, but no one could find one slanderous part. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but even if it was a defamatory critique, the law allows me to do so. Criticism and review involve analyzing and judging merit or quality. The dealing may even be defamatory while remaining a fair dealing. The key is that fairness relates to the extent rather than the content of the copying. With respect to criticism, greater emphasis will be placed upon the transformative nature of the copy. Though definitely a critique and transformative, my video may not be considered fair due to its length. I have to admit, Clever Noobs had a lot of bullshit to go through. I actually had to cut out a lot. It was that bad. And the reason I quoted Canadian copyright law is because that's where I'd have to be sued, like in a Toronto court. Because I made my video here. Yes, my video. And if Clever Noobs does sue, it may take months or years, since our courts are some of the busiest in the country. And whenever that happens, a judge just might throw out the case because the video's been down for so long. Of course, before that, I'd countersue for wasting everyone's time and money, and any damages I received from having my video down. Now, I personally don't think Clever Noobs is aware what slander is or the legal definition of slander or libel, but the ironclad defense against slander is called the truth, which I have no problems going through the jury of 12 of our peers to explain and show just how wrong Clever Noobs is. I certainly hope his lawyer doesn't charge too much by the hour, because I know mine does. So Clever Noobs has me for copyright infringement and slander. Okay, when's the trial? So I asked everyone to watch my video again on our comrades website and post in the comments here any slanderous remarks I make. Let's help Clever Noobs out. Further, none of the facts in his video were accurate. The sources he used were taken out of context in order to make him look correct. And I re-examined the same sources in my response video, showing how they were saying the exact opposite of what he claims them to say. Again, this does not equate to being a fair use piece because the clause requires the piece of work to actually be constructive criticism, not just outright criticism and making facts up. That's the fine line that he crossed. Well then, apparently not only were all my facts inaccurate, they were saying the exact opposite thing I said. I don't even think that's physically possible. Very similar to his previous comment in his video, and this all happened for one reason and one reason only, because consumers started to get angry. He's making a blanket statement, which does not address the dozens or so facts, issues, and questions I raised. This implies I lied or misconstrued every fact, including Clever Noob's own sources since we used the same, for some nefarious reason. That I even doctored up the 2 video documentaries, Stella at 20 and Once Upon Atari, and somehow was misleading when I directly quoted Todd Fry and Rick Maurer.
Just worked on it for 6 months, 60, 80 hours a week.
Wow, I had no idea Todd Fry was lying on working on Pac-Man for that long. That sentence alone disproves Clever Noob's childish and intellectually dishonest and blanket statement, and that he was wrong on his attitude of the programmer and the accusation of the attitude of the industry at the time. So here's the second thing I'd like you to comment on. What is more likely, every fact in my 1-hour video was inaccurate, or Clever Noobs is lying?